It's time for Real Issues with Rahn Anthony. Let's talk about it. What's going on with you? Is it good? Is it bad? You know what? I am going to make it positive with you. All right? Right now on Real Issues with Rahn Anthony. Hey, this is Rahn Anthony, and I'm going to motivate you. Now, I'm going to motivate and encourage you on this one. I don't understand it, but we're going to talk about racism. Racism is going on. Now, what it says here on adl.org, racism is the belief that a particular race is superior or inferior to another. That's a person's social and moral traits are predetermined by his or her inborn biological characteristics. Racism, separatism in the belief, most of the time based on racism, that different races should remain segregated and apart from one another. Now, this is a touchy subject, but I can find a way because, first of all, we got to realize that we all are one. We're one. If you do your Ancestry.com, go to Ancestry.com, and they're not promoting this or giving me money for this. I'm saying this because I want to say it. And Ancestry.com or any type of finding out where you're from and who you come from, all of your ancestors and all of that. Now, I can tell you for myself, I would say me being a person of color, my grandmother, who's mulatto, she's black and white, and my grandfather, and also they're from Africa. And I didn't know this, but I know my grandmother's father was mixed, and his father is white, Caucasian. So I'm like, so why is all this racism about this one is better than that one and that one? That's something that somebody made up. Because we all are one. And I'm only saying that because I did the history, and I can't say anything about the white race, the Asian race, the whatever race, because when I looked at my records, it's a part of me. And I'm like, okay, so we have Hispanic? I'm like, huh? Yeah, you should do that. You should do your own. Find out who you are and where you're from. And then you'll realize that all of this fighting and fussing about this one is better than that one and that one is better than this one, and we all are one in love. In true love, we all are one. I mean, and just like I can say with the special needs community, they tried to make it appear that Aaron was black and they were doing this because he was black and did this. No, they did it because it was discrimination, allegedly. They abused my child because it was discrimination against his disabilities. And he wasn't able to walk or talk or tell that the teacher did this to him. So it's nothing to do with race. It's just people. We are people. Humans. That's what it is. If you want to say humans, then I can agree with you. But racism and all of that, that's just something somebody made up. It's a word they put together and put some knowledge to it to say, hey, let's keep this divided and let's make each other fuss and fight against each other because that's what it's about. No, it's not. It is about people being human, and they are doing what they want to do because they don't like you. And what we must do is love each other. Now, if you're going through this in any type of hate or any racism or whatever they want to call it, and just embrace your beauty and strength. Embrace yourself. If you're the one that's racist, do your own work to think about who you are, where you come from, because that's all we really want to know. We've been taught by somebody else and back in the day, and this happened back when the slaves, but we all are in slavery. Believe me, look at your life and see. Okay, let's look at this. When you buy your clothes, you have to buy exactly what they tell you to buy. If you make your clothes, you got to use the material that they give you to make your clothes. So you can't really be yourself unless you go from within yourself to find out, because everything on the outside is man-made. We made it. Everything on the inside is what you have on the inside of you as an individual person. So I would suggest that you find out who you are, like I'm doing. I'm finding out. Embrace your beauty and strength. Find ways to embrace and celebrate your identity, the strength and beauty of you being you. Read books, talk to people, and go to identity affirming events. Because you're going to have to search yourself to find out who you are. It's not about a color. Because the color that we're looking at is not even the color. That's just a color that man created to say, hey, he's black. Actually, I'm a person and this is flesh. But he's black, he's white, he's caramel color. All these things are made up of what man has created. Just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, the words are just the symbols, the A and the B and all of that. You can make your own and make it something. But we just use that because that's what we are told to use in order for us to communicate. So erase the racist stuff out your mind and just find out who you are. Take good care of yourself and learn to cope. One of the best ways you can learn is to cope with what's going on. Deal with it. Deal with it. Care for yourself and just let people be people. And you just let your light shine. Because I've been in the midst of the KKK. I went to sing at a KKK meeting. I was invited by someone, and I will try to get him on the show. But he's an ex-Ku Klux Klan member. He's not active. He's still Ku Klux Klan, but he's not an active member. That's what I want to clarify. So, and he became a Christian. So, and I went to the meeting. He invited me over, and I went. I wasn't afraid, and I saw this big dude. That's like he was the Terminator. He was the Terminator, and he terminated black people because they sent him out on a mission to do that. He talked about it. It didn't bother me because it's something that happened, and it happened. It was nothing that I could do about it. But what I could do is talk to him, and I did. And when we left, we all hugged, and it was it was something it was an enlightenment, because it lets me know that people can change from what they were taught. And that's all it is when you deal with different religions, and because that's what it is. It's a type of religion. And everyone has that I've seen that's out here. No one is really individual. Not many. Some are, but most people, the majority of the people have a religion or some type of cult that they're in, which cater to racism and segregation and all of that stuff. But what I'm saying is that know yourself as an individual. Stand up for yourself. Strategize and know the consequences before you act. Know what you're dealing with. Just like I found out a lot when I started dealing with the Terminator. And he was a big dude. I mean, he was big. And it taught me to love people in spite of who they are and what they do and how they handle things. And when you do that, you love all the hell out of them. That's what you do, because it's hell. It's a living hell that we're going through with the fussing and fighting. And, you can get together as an individual with other people and find out their strength, and you can actually grow from that. Because what you have is what I need, and what I have is what you need. When you're dealing with racism, it's just separating people. You're separating something, and you're causing a friction between the two. You're fussing and fighting and going back and forth, and I'm black and you're white, and you go through all these different all the name callings and all of that. And when you call somebody out, like a name like that, it's really up to you to decide to get mad. I've had somebody call me the N-word. Okay, what they want to say. I mean, I'll be polite and won't say it, but I mean, it's nothing. It's just a word that somebody created, and you put the value in it to make you want to go and beat the crap out of somebody. And that's just negative energy becoming alive and well. And that's what we're doing. Somebody call you a B word. So what? It doesn't hold value unless you give it value. So when you go through racism and all these different things where somebody call you the N-word, somebody call me the N-word, I know I'm not that. I'm mixed up with white, black, Spanish, all kind of stuff. So I know what's going on. So as long as you know within yourself, it won't do anything. But if you don't know and somebody call you that, then you're going to be ready to fight, man. So I would suggest that you get to know yourself from within, and that would kill racism. That would kill a racist person, because you can all control that with energy. I mean, me and Michelle Washington, another motivator, we both went to the KKK. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come. Because I'm that type of person. And it was no fear. It was like, oh, Lord, where we going? We both looking crazy. But it was something that I could learn from. And you have to have that power within you to go, the force to go with you when you go. So everything will be panned out. So that, the power within you can see before you even get involved in something like that. You got to be spiritual. And this is something that we all need to know ourselves. We must know ourselves in order to move in any type of direction. Because if you don't know yourself, then you're lost from yourself. You don't even know yourself because you're lost from yourself. And so we have to get to know ourselves, find out who we are, where we come from, find out the spiritual side, find out all these different things, and not put somebody down because they're doing something. Lift them up. I'm not saying lift up what they're doing, but lift them up by saying, I love you. That's it. Don't say but. Just say I love you and leave it just like that. And let your light shine. Let your caring shine. Let your emotions of joy shine. Let the words of the meditation that's within your heart shine. Let all of that shine. Close your mouth and let the light shine. That will stop all the racist things that are going on in this world. If we just take heed to ourselves, listen to ourselves, motivate ourselves so that we'll know, educate ourselves with the knowledge from within. Listen to that voice that something told me to do this. Listen to that. Make sure you listen to that. And when you listen and get to know that voice and you see for yourself that it's leading you and guiding you in the right direction, then you follow that. Follow that, because that's the power within you, the frequencies, the waves, all of that's leading you in a direction that's going to lead you away from the name calling and the racism and lead you to the spiritual knowledge. Because that same person that's saying the N word, the B word, the MF, all of that stuff, there's something inside of them that's hurting because they've been hurt. And nobody reached out to them. And the only reason we don't reach out because we're afraid of what they're saying on the outside that's coming to us on the outside, that's getting our flesh all messed up. So we go back on the inside and we stay inside from within, and we don't help on the outside. So we got to know what we know and step outside. When that come, you have to know how to handle a situation when somebody call a black person the N-word. You got to know how to handle it. When a black person call a white person the C-word, you got to know how to handle it. Because it's all words that some man made up, and we believed it, we got the knowledge of it, and we put the knowing in it, and if you say it to me, I'm going to knock you out. That is so stupid, because it's just a word that you put value in. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's nothing. Let people talk. Let them, because when they talk and you don't react, they're going to be like, I wonder why he didn't react. Because you don't give that energy. Don't give something like that energy. Put that energy into yourself. And I'm telling you, when you put that energy in yourself, you'll be so free. You wouldn't care what they say. You'll be like, oh man, you want to help. Help them get better, but not hurt them as you're helping them. Because you can hurt them by saying, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. No, just let them do what they do and just let your light shine. That would change the whole situation. This is Rahn Anthony, man. I'm telling you, racism is something that man made up to separate us. Go from within and get the knowledge from within you. Don't listen to anybody else. If I'm telling you something wrong, and I'm not talking about within and telling you to go within and listen to that church made without hands, shut me off and don't follow me. Please do, because I'm leading you wrong. But if I'm leading you back to yourself, from within you, to the Creator, the power, that force that's in you, to listen to the positivity, the things the frequency, the power, the light that shines, that's going to help you, follow that. Don't follow me. Follow that. When I tell you that, I'm just encouraging you with these words, okay? This is Rahn Anthony. I thank you. I am so ready to go and sing. I have a #1 song out, Highway. It's a country song. I'm so ready. You want to book me? Go to Rahn Anthony Booking at gmail.com without the S. Rahn Anthony Music at gmail.com. I am so ready, okay? Check out my site, RahnAnthony.com. Check out the music. I'm so ready to come out and speak with you, to let me know what you want to do. I am ready to go. It's not about all this money. Donate to the organization, and I will be on my way to you, all right? They can't talk, but we can. Aaron Hatchers, They Can't Talk, but we can. That's They Can't Talk, but we can, Inc.org. Okay? Don't forget, Special Needs Rock, December 2nd. We need your money to help us get through with this, okay? We can get through it, to it, done with it, and start for the next one. December 2nd, Al Noor Banquet and Garden. December 2nd, 2018. Special Needs Rock. This is Rahn Anthony. I love you. This has been real. It is Real Issues, and we were talking about racism. Thank you for tuning in. This is Rahn Anthony. I thank you. I really appreciate you. I know you've been uplifted, rejuvenated. You have the power, the energy that you need to keep it moving. Always know that you can make it through anything. And if you need to book Rahn Anthony, go to RahnAnthonyBooking at gmail.com. Do it now. Rahn Anthony Booking at gmail.com. If you need to reach me, 678-755-6470. It's been nice. Thank you for tuning in with Rahn Anthony, Real Issues.